Welcome to Mercy's Designs. My name is Mercy and I demonstrate Stampin' Up! Products. Today I'm going to show you this Christmas card that I came up with, and I think it's really adorable. The stamp sets I used is the Amaryllis Abloom, which is a host set, and Words of Cheer, the dies mostly, but I did use a couple sentiments like the Christmas, and inside the card, when you open it up, I have wishing you a joyful Christmas. So that sentiment is also from the set. Okay, so to get started, I am making a bunch of these. So I brought in my Stamparatus. So here it is. And to make a bunch, I create like a template. So this was the tags. Here I have it. Actually, no, I have them both actually here. Tailor made tags. And this, I used this die, the largest one, and the little things that create those tabs around the center, which really kind of creates a nice little layering effect, and it just can create a visual highlight. Anyhow, so I have this set, and I also have the contours in here, but I did not use that. I just double duty sometimes my cases. Anyhow, I will get started. So what I did here, now the photopolymer are a little stickier, so sometimes that can happen. But what I did was I stamped it on this blue scratch paper, and then I removed this. And then now all I need to do, now this isn't a new technique, but I use it over and over again, is I pop back in the piece that I want to stamp on the tag. And this makes it a lot faster because I'm guaranteed each time that I will stamp it in the correct spot. Plus, if I have an area that didn't stamp very well, I can re-stamp it. So there we go. Now we have it exactly where I needed it. So I'll set that aside and we can continue. So to color this, I used Real Red and Old Olive. So with my sample, I did some lines of the Real Red, and then I did a lighter shade, the light Real Red. So I started with dark. So when I was doing this, I realized that the striping of it is really quite cool. So here we go. And I thought, you know what? I really like that look of just having it more striped like that. So I thought, why not try that? And my result is what I came up with here. So I think it looks really cool. It's a little different. Obviously, if you didn't like that, you would just fill in with the lighter shade of the light Real Red. But you don't need to see me do all that. What I did as far as this goes is I glued a little bit so it was offset, and I added that little tab, which I'm not sure where I set the tab. I did think I brought it over. Anyhow, I added that little part right there. Now, one thing to note is the flat side goes on the top. At first I was, I don't know, a little confused. How does that fit on? But that's how it goes. So I think it's just really cute. Get a little dirt off there. And then I embossed here onto crumb cake and layered that on here across the stem. And I thought that added a nice little touch and took up some of this white space. So as far as this looping thing goes, that is actually pretty easy. All you do is get a piece, and you want to double it up. So here, let me see. Yeah, hang on one sec. It's a little, actually, I gotta be honest here. It's a little fussy. And all bows, everyone hates doing them on camera, and there's a reason. Because you tend to get all thumbs when you're doing it on camera. So this is easier when you're not on camera. Let's just put it this way. So when I have it like this, then I can just, here, let's see if I can adjust that one. I might not be able to. But anyhow, you get the idea. Is I could actually put it in the back like that. And then one thing to secure it from looking too much like that is I'm going to add a glue dot to help secure it. So, but moving on, now the letters. So we have this cheer, and this again is from the Words of Cheer die set. So I have them in here. So it's this one, and I ran it through with Garden Green. And then this, it's one piece initially, but then they come out separately. So I will show you what I mean by that. So here they are, and they just fall out, which is good and bad. In a sense, it's bad because they can easily get lost. So one of the issues I've had with Tombow glue is it tends to be a little sticky and kind of make a mess and shiny. So I like using this art glitter glue for this. There are disadvantages with art glitter glue too, though. I have not come up with the perfect glue I love. So maybe Stampin' Up! Will come up with their own brand. I'm hoping. Okay, so what I do here is just add each one. Now, initially it looks white, but it dries completely clear. So I've already done that, and I adhered it onto a strip. This is the 5.5 by 1.5 inches, and here it is completed. So once you have it, all of them attached, you just add it. So I don't know, you can start to see it's really dry and clear. This one, trust me, I did get some out of the line, so to speak. Now, I did mention that there is a disadvantage, and one of the disadvantages I have found is it tends to create some warping when you're using it on a large area, and it can harden stiffly on the cardstock. So that's a bit of an issue to me because I don't want my card all kind of wonky and bent, and unfortunately that can kind of cause a little bit of it. Maybe I'm adding a little too much glue. I will admit to user error potentially, but at any rate, I use the Tombow for this sort of thing all the time. And then I use the art glitter glue if I'm doing a small die cut and attaching it like that. So this is a little bit over, and this is an easy fix. All you do is use your snips and just use your paper as your guide, and you will get it perfectly. Okay, so I think that looks really cool with the striping. Let me know in the comments below if you like that or you like the solid. So the solid is definitely beautiful too. I kind of thought that was a little unique. That's just a personal preference. So I can't believe we're getting, oh, and here is how I just secured the ends. So I just added a little Scotch tape, as you can see, and I added some dimensionals ahead of time since adding the dimensionals isn't too interesting. Okay, so I want this mat that's back here to be offset, but I want the rest of the card to be straight. So what I do is just do line it up here, make that part straight. Now I also talked about how this kind of looks a little too wonky to me and not controlled enough. So what I do is I bring in the handy dandy glue dots, and I get behind this, and I am going to just add a glue dot to help control the situation, hopefully. So to speak, and make it a little bit more controlled looking. See, that to me looks a little better. It's not perfect. Actually, my first one came out the best. Maybe it was beginner's luck, but you can kind of get the idea that you can add a few glue dots to get it to kind of the way you want. An alternative, of course, would be to cut these open and have it that way. All right, so we have the final layer, which is the inside of the card. So I'm going to bring my pieces here, and I really like the sentiment. It says, wishing you a joyful Christmas. And this is a joyful type card, I feel like. So I'm going to quickly stamp this. Now I should have something behind it, but I didn't bring it with me, like some foam or something. But it should be fine. Yes, it's fine. I did not secure this ahead of time because if I got it crooked or bad stamping, there are two sides to the cardstock. So this is always my last step, is add a little DSP. Now the DSP is also in the holiday catalog, and that's what I copied my colors off of. I often will do that. So it's just a little tip. If you are kind of like, what colors go together? Just go off your DSP. This is DSP. I can't quite remember the name, but I will have it in the description. I can't remember it off the top of my head. So this is just a fun, pretty simple card actually. Not a ton of coloring. And I think it's really adorable. It'll make a nice, hopefully brighten someone's day. Ooh, oh, look at that. I had ink here, that's bad. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that, but okay. So anyway, that's my card. I can't believe I didn't see that red ink on my fingers, but that's what happens sometimes. Okay, so let me know which one you like better. If you have any stamping needs, please email me at meonce3@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to help you place an order with the host code. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment, and I'd be happy to answer them the best I can. I will have more information in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and happy stamping.